Greetings, Hunters, and welcome back to Shattered Dice Plays The Hunters AD 1492. And last time, after preparing ourselves for what appears to be the big final battle, we made our way through the Crow Caves and now find ourselves in what appears to be the lair of the Cult of the Beast. And so today we are doing Quest 28B. So, quest goal. Your quest goal is to defeat all enemies by the end of round 10. Special rules 28A and 28B. At the beginning of round 4, read 46.01. Then continue resolving the quest. Traps. Each miniature entering a space with a trap immediately triggers it. A trap deals magic attack 3, brain 2, and 4 dice, ignoring defense. Each trap can activate once. This quest is played in the night. And as you can see, this is the setup for Quest 28B, so we have quite a few different types of enemies on here. We've got 2 crossbowmen, a murderer for hire, 2 bandits, and these are both veteran bandits and veteran crossbowmen, the mercenary captain, and the seer. So I'm guessing this is the cult, and of course we're going to need to take them all out. There is no sign of a beast at the minute though, but it does say at the beginning of round 4, read an entry. Right now, unfortunately, we have got a trap token right in front of us. We started here because we tried to sneak through, but we got caught. And this trap is going to be absolutely brutal because it ignores defense. So that's got a potential to do a hell of a lot of damage. But we will see if we can get through it. So the seer begins with 7 damage on him, and the mercenary captain with 5. So we have picked our 5 starting cards each, and now we just need to shuffle all of these decks. Okay, so we are ready to begin. And we're going to start round 1, and the crossbowmen are going to go first with their perception of 3. So at range 2+, this closest one will do an attack 3 at range 1 to 4, and he'll target whoever has the lowest armour. And they actually both have the same armour against ranged attacks of 5. So in that instance, I will get to pick. But this second crossbowman, he's out of range, so he's going to move 2 to get himself into range. So he's going to go 1, 2 to there. So the shot is going to go against Wilhelm. So we roll 3 dice and we add 2 to the result. And it's an attack 3. So only one of those hits. So it does 3 points of damage and it's pierce 1. Wilhelm has 5 armour against ranged attacks, so it does nothing to him. Okay, then at perception 2, then at perception 3, we have the murderer for hire. So he's 1+ space away. So he's going to move 2 spaces towards us. 1, 2. Okay, then moving on to perception 2, we will do the seer next. So the seer is 3+ spaces away. So he can't attack, but he's going to move 1 space towards us and get a defense token. So he moves to there, and he gains 1 defense token. And now I really wish Freidrich had that blunderbuss instead of the musket, but never mind. Then at perception 2, we have got the mercenary captain. So the mercenary captain is a long way away. So all she's going to do is gain +1 defense token. Okay, now I would quite like to lure this murderer for hire onto that trap. We've got 10 rounds, so we can probably do that. So we're going to start with Freidrich. And the first thing he's going to do is use running shot. He gets to move or parting leap 1. And he's got range 4 with his musket. He's going to step back 1 space. Then he does an attack 3 with pierce 2, plus the musket's already got pierce 3, so it's pierce 5. Now the crossbowmen are probably a bigger threat at the minute, so we're going to aim for the crossbowmen. So it's a 5 dice attack. We've got that modern lock, so he's not going to lose any of his accuracy now. So he just needs 3s to hit. So we get 3 hits and one of them, oh no, we get 4 hits and one of them is a 1. So that's 5 hits. Plus his agility bonus turns that into an 8 damage attack. And he has Pierce 5, so the crossbowman has no defence. And that is enough to kill one of them. And then he can move or parting leap again. So we are going to move again to here, to keep ourselves out of line of sight of those enemies. Then with his second action, he's going to use Anatomy to heal himself 2 damage. So he goes up to 8 health. And then we have Wilhelm, and we want to lure this murderer for hire into here. So we kind of need Wilhelm to stay where he is. So what we're going to do is we're just going to spend advance, and we're not going to do the move or parting leap, but we're just going to gain 1 offense token. And then we have the veteran bandits, so let's see what they do. So they are 1 plus space weight, so they are going to move 1 towards us and gain a defense token each. So they will head this way, I suppose. And they each gain a defense token. Okay, and that's the end of round 1. So we need to draw 1 card for Wilhelm and 2 for Freidrich. Okay, and then we go on to round 2. And now it is the crossbowman's turn again. So this crossbowman, he is 3 spaces away. So you're going to do an attack 3. And of course this is going to be against Wilhelm this time. So he rolls his 3 dice. Ooh, and he gets a 1 and 2 2s. And then a 3. So that's a really good roll by him. Oh, but one of his agility actually becomes a die roll because of the buckler. So he gets a 2. Yes, that's a 6. And it's Pierce 1. So we reduce it by 4. So Wilhelm takes 2 points of damage. Okay, then it is the Murderer for Hire's turn. So the Murderer for Hire, he's going to move 2, which means he will activate that trap. So he's going to go 1, and then we trigger the trap. Each miniature entering a space with a trap immediately triggers it. The trap deals magic attack 3, and it's 4 dice plus 2. Right, so that's 3 hits plus the 2, that's 5, and it ignores his armour. So the Murderer for Hire takes 5 damage. And then he will perform an attack, plus 1 accuracy if there's more than 1 opponent in the same space. Okay, so it's just going to be an attack 3. He rolls 5 dice. And he gets 3 hits, plus an extra 1 for the 1. Plus another extra 1 for the 1. Okay, so it's 4 plus his strength of 2, so that's 6. It's not pierce. So 1 point of damage goes through, dropping him to 3 health. So we're actually going to need to heal Wilhelm up. Okay, and then it is the characters with Perception 2. So we'll start with the Seer. So the Seer is 3 spaces away. All Seer's opponents' perception is lowered to 0 during the next round. Well, that's fine because our perception is already 0. And then we have the Mercenary Captain, who is going to move 2 towards us. So she's going to go 1, 2. Okay, so we're going to start with Freidrich, who is going to discard this stimulant for an interact action to reload his musket. Then he's going to play Run for the Wounded to heal 1 to himself and move or parting leap 1. So Freidrich puts himself on a maximum health of 9, and then he's going to parting leap 1 to there. Then Wilhelm is going to let the bandits go first. So the bandits are 1 plus range away, so they're going to move 2. Which means they will go 1, 2. Oh no, they'll stop moving there, won't they? Same as the murderer for hire. So they stand there and then they can't attack. So now Wilhelm is going to take his turn and he's going to use protecting the group to move our parting elite 1 into this space, and then he's going to attack 2. And this of course will hit every enemy in the space. So it's a 7 dice attack, and because we have that leather handle we can re-roll a die now as well. So we get 2 1s, 5, a 5, 4 and a 6. So unfortunately there's only 2 hits there. But we get to roll our 7th die, which gives us another 1. And we get to re-roll one of these because of our leather handle. So we'll re-roll that one. That gets us a 4. So it is only 3 hits, but all 3 of them are 1s. So we add 3 dice. And that gets us a 2 and a 3. And it's an attack 2, but we've got +1 accuracy on the Zweihander. So it's 5, plus our strength bonus, which unfortunately, because our morale is low, it's only 2. So that's going to be 7. Oh, in fact, when Murderer for Hire is the target, we change all of the strength to dice rolls. So we've got 5 hits, and then against the Murderer for Hire, we add 2, which is going to be 1. So against the Murderer for Hire, we do 6 damage. He's got melee armor of 2, but we've got pierce 1. So that means 5 damage is going to go through. And as he set off that trap and took 5 wounds, that kills him. Okay, so then against the bandits, it's 5 damage plus 1 strength bonus for Wilhelm, which we will use to get rid of their shield tokens. And then his second point of strength is converted to a die because of the wooden shields. So we'll roll a die for each of them. So currently it's 5 damage on each. And one of them, it does nothing. But the other one, we get a 1. So the one whose shield blocks the damage would take a total of 4 damage, because he has an armor value of 2, but we've got pierce 1. And then this one, roll another die. Okay, that's a 5. So the other one, it will be 6 damage minus the shield. He takes a total of 5 damage. Before Wilhelm does anything else, he's gonna drink his healing infusion to heal himself 4 points of damage, putting him up to 7 health. Okay, so after drinking his healing infusion, he can make another attack. And he's just going to use Precise Blow. So it's another attack 2. And again, it's 7 dice. Oh wow, that's terrible. So we get 2 hits, 4 6s. But we get to add a 7th die, and we get to re-roll one of the misses. Okay, so we've got 2 3s and a 1. So we get to add an extra die, which is a 4. So this time it's 3 plus 1 strength, so it's 4. And then we roll the dice for their shields. So we've got 4. And we get 2 1s, so it becomes 5. So one of them takes 6. His armor only blocks 1, which means with 8 health, I'll kill one of them, and then there's no way this one won't kill the other, so they both die. So, despite rolling 4 6s, that was a very, very good attack. And that is the end of that round. So, we draw 2 cards for Wilhelm. and 2 cards for Freidrich. Now I might have to do a lot of shooting with Freidrich in this, so I'm going to put a token there to remind me whether his musket is loaded or unloaded. So it's currently loaded. Okay, and then we go on to round 3. So we still have that crossbowman who's alive, so he will go first with perception 3, and he's going to attack 3 at range 1 to 4, and he's going to go for the furthest target, which means he's going to go for Freidrich. So he rolls his 3 dice, he gets a 1, and a 4. So it's 2 successes, plus 2 agility, so that's 4, but it's Pierce 1. However, Freidrich has 5 points of armour against ranged attacks, so he is still fine. It does no damage to him. Then it's Perception 2. So we'll start with the Seer. So the Seer is at range 2, which means they're going to do an attack 4 and then move 1 space towards us, but they can't really do that. So they're just going to do the attack 4. So the Seer rolls 2 dice with a 6 and a 5. Oh, they both miss. So it's plus 2. Wilhelm has 2 magic defense, so he is fine. So the Seer didn't do a lot there. Now I have actually just realised that they are in a defended space. It's a cover space, so actually I should be at -1 to hit them when I've been using that musket. Unfortunately, you know, I didn't notice, so I'm not going back and doing it all again. And the same with Wilhelm, he's actually in one of these enclosed spaces, so because he's using a Zweihander. Oh, and in fact, the same for... Oh, wow. Okay, I've made this way, way easier on myself by not moving out of this area. And because they should be both at -1 to hit because of the size of their weapons. And then this should be -1 to hit anything in there. But I'm not going back and redoing those rounds. So yeah, sorry about the error there, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes it's hard to notice all the symbols. And then we have the Mercenary Captain. So the Mercenary Captain is going to move 2 towards us. 1, 2. Okay, now we have Wilhelm and Freidrich. So we want to make sure we are no longer in these enclosed areas. So Wilhelm is going to go first, and we're going to use Jump Attack to do a move or parting leap of 2. So he moves out of the difficult terrain and into the same space as the Mercenary Captain. Then we're going to use Pummel, which is +1 dice if the enemy has no wounds on it. And it's an attack 2, so we're going to be rolling 8 dice here. And we need 3s to hit. And we get 4 hits, and then we get to roll 2 extra dice. And we would also get to reroll one of those misses because of our leather handle. So we've currently got 6 hits, one of them being a 1. And that one's 5, so that's a miss. So we've got 6 hits, +1 for the 1, which is another 1. So that's 7 hits. 7 hits, plus our strength bonus of 2, which is a total of 9. And the Mercenary Captain has a defense of 4, which our Pierce 1 reduces to 3. So we're going to do 6 wounds to the Mercenary Captain. Oh, we're not. We're going to do 5, because she's got a defense token. So it puts her on 10 damage. And as I was kind of cheating a bit with all of those hits, I'll say I used that offense token when I attacked earlier. Okay, and then we've got Freidrich, who is going to use a jump to move 2. Going 1, 2 to there. And then he is going to discard Quick Aid to allow him to move 1 more space. And he's going to move to here. That is the end of that round, so we draw 3 cards. 3 cards for Wilhelm. So that's 2 cards for Wilhelm and 2 for Freidrich. Okay, and then we move on to round 4, which at the beginning of round 4 we read 46.01. Sounds of combat, moans, and clash of steel are interrupted by something new. The sound is thousands of caverns away from any sound of a man or beast. The spiteful cry of the ultimate predator, a massive monster, springs out of the darkness, moving quickly as if it were ready to devour all the space between you and it. It's running toward you, and your other enemies flee upon seeing this monstrosity. Others cower and cover their ears, filled with primordial fear. Place the beast miniature on the space by the right edge of the map, featuring 3 barrels and a bucket. The beast starts with 12 wounds if there are 2 heroes in the game. If the beast dies, the remaining enemies flee from the battlefield, and the quest immediately ends in the hero's victory. Okay, so now we finally get to open the beast miniature box. So, spoilers here, you know, don't watch anymore if you don't want to see what the beast looks like. And there is our beast, this giant-tailed, a werewolfy type thing. Probably should have opened this sooner and painted it. It's not going to look as good, is it, with him being all grey? Well, there's an easy solution to that, isn't there? And there is the beast in all its glory. So let's take a quick look at him. I could have painted this like with a brown fur, but I really like the idea of this being kind of like a demonic creature that's sort of been summoned. So I wanted this like kind of orange underlayer to it, and then all these kind of armoured bits of chitin and bone. I wanted to look like this sort of a obsidian black kind of colour. So it's not a fantastic paint job. It's a little bit messy, but I had to do it quickly so I could carry on with this playthrough. So there he is. There's the beast, finally revealed at last. Right, so just before we start turn 4, I'm going to clean up the enemy cards area. And then we'll add in the beast, who we can see is quite the monster, with 30 health, 3 perception, 8 melee, 6 ranged, and 6 magic defense. It also has dark regeneration, so the beast recovers 1 health for each wound suffered by any of the heroes. And then it's got Mind Blast, which is activated by an ability card, and Call of the Beast, which is also activated by an ability card. And then it's got 5 dice and 5 strength. And then it also has a huge deck of action cards, so we'll shuffle those. So in a 2-player game, the beast does begin with 12 damage on it. So it's got 18 health. Okay, so then we can begin round 4. And with its perception of 3, the beast can go first. Now, we also have this card we found from various investigations, and it's knowledge about an old wound. So armour, each type of the beast is lowered by 1 during each quest you encounter it. So it's only going to have 7, 5, and 5 for its armour. So we'll put that there as a reminder. Now, this crossbowman is going to activate first with perception 3. So he is 1 space away, and he will target Freidrich. So he's going to try and move 1 closer, but he can't, because he would actually be moving further away if he were to move. So it's an attack 2 at range 1 to 4. So he rolls his 3 dice, and he misses with all of those, so he just adds the 2, which means Friedrich's armour blocks everything. And then it's the beast's turn, because it is also perception 3. So it's 1 plus space away. So it actually can't get into the same space as Freidrich, because that seems to make more sense. But it's just going to go 1, 2 to there. Okay, then at Perception 2 we also have the Seer and the Mercenary Captain. So we will do the Seer first. And the Seer is 1 space away. So, targeted enemy in range 1 to 2 cannot make attacks until the end of the round. Okay, so... Oh, that's terrible. So it's going to target whoever has the lowest magic defense, which unfortunately means Freidrich. And then we are going to do the Mercenary Captain, who is at range 0, so she's going to do an attack 2. So she rolls 3 dice. So she rolls 3 dice. And she hits with 1, plus her 4 strength, so that's a total of 5. But, lucky for Wilhelm, he has 5 defense. Okay, so it is now Freidrich and Wilhelm's turn, and we can't make an attack because of that Seer's ability. So we can't do much with Wilhelm. What we're going to do is we're going to use Draw Attention. We can't make the attack, but we can move our Parting Leap 1. So the Mercenary Captain gets to make an attack, and he gets a 1, a 4, a 5. So we add another die, so that's 2 plus 4, that's 6. Which means Wilhelm will take 1 point of damage. And then he moves away. And you know what, I should have done this first. Oh, in fact, he's got his buckler, hasn't he? So 1 of the points of damage becomes a dice roll. Which is a 4, so actually it is only 5 damage. We are going to activate our Protection Infusion. So Wilhelm is going to drink this, which will give him +1 defense on all of his defense stats. And then Freidrich is going to do the same at the start of his turn. And then Freidrich will use Answering the Call to do an attack 2 and a move or Parting Leap of 1. So he will attack the crossbowman. Oh, and he gets 3 1s. So we had another 2, so that's 4, and then 1 more. That's 5. Plus his agility, 6, 7, 8. And it's pierce 3. So it does a total of 8 damage to that crossbowman and kills him. And then it's a bit of a waste, but we're going to use Anatomy to reload his musket. And then, just before the turn ends, Freidrich is going to use this stun grenade, because it doesn't cost actions to spend these tokens. So he's going to throw this stun grenade, and he can throw it 1 space. So he's going to throw it into the same space as the Seer. And that causes the Seer to be both stunned and immobilised, so we don't need to worry about the Seer in the next turn. And then that's the end of the round, so we draw 1 card for Wilhelm and 2 for Freidrich. And then we go into round 5. Okay, so the Beast is going to activate first. And it is 2 spaces away. So it's going to move 1. Oh, but it still can't attack yet. That's pretty good. So it's going to move 2. 1, 2. And leap behind Wilhelm as it prepares to attack him. And now the Seer is stunned, so he just discards those tokens. And then the Mercenary Captain will go next. So she is 1 plus space away, so she's going to move 1 and attack 4. So she moves 1 into the... and she rolls 3 dice. actually misses completely. And then she has 3 to the result, plus 1 die because of Wilhelm's buckler, which also misses. So Wilhelm's armour completely blocks her attack. We've then got Wilhelm and Freidrich. So Wilhelm is going to start. So Wilhelm actually doesn't have the best cards in his hand right now, unfortunately. So we're going to do protecting the group to move our parting elite 1 and then do an attack 2. But we're not going to bother moving. We're just going to attack the mercenary captain. So it is going to be a 7 dice attack. And that is not a good result. So he gets 2 hits out of that, plus his strength bonus of 2. So that's a total of 4. He pierces 1 point of her armour, dropping it to 3. So unfortunately, he only does 1 damage to her. And it does break her armour. Well, in fact, he's hit her before, hasn't he? He actually hits her. And she should have already had a break token on her. So she would actually have had 1 less armour. So she'd only block 2 points of armour. So she'd only block 2 points of damage. And that would actually kill her. So we don't need to worry about that. We can get rid of the mercenary captain. And this attack actually hits everything in the space, so it would put 1 armor break token on the beast, but it's got 7 armor, so even with the pierce 1 we wouldn't do anything to it. And then he's going to use his second action. Yeah, he's just going to use it for an attack 2. So that becomes a 3 because of his Zweihander's accuracy. And that's a pretty good roll. So, oh, I forgot to reroll my misses and things on the last roll, didn't I? So he gets to roll 1 extra die, and he gets to reroll a miss. So we're going to reroll both of those. And then because of the 1, he gets to add an extra die, which that's a miss. So we've got 5 plus his strength bonus of 6, 7. The beast is only going to count as having an armour of 6 against this, so he does 1 point of damage to the beast, and its armour is now doubly broken. Okay, and then it's Friedrich's turn. So Friedrich's first action is going to be this running shot. So he does a move while parting elite 1. So he's going to move 1 back to here. Then he's going to do an attack 3. And it's pierce 2, plus the musket's pierce 3, so it's pierce 5. Its armour is actually broken, so it's not going to be able to do anything. And we're going to play Striking the Artery. Play on yourself at the beginning of an attack. Each wound suffered by an enemy is treated as 2 wounds. Now we want this to be the biggest attack we can get, so we're going to use both the improved gunpowder and the lead balls, which means this will be a 6 dice attack, and we'll be adding 4 to the result. And we need 3s to hit. That's looking pretty good. So we've got another 3 dice. We've got 4 hits, 5 hits, and then 1 more die, 6 hits, and another die. Right, so 6 hits plus 4, so that's 10. And oh wow, I think he's just killed it. Each damage suffered by an enemy is treated as 2 damage, so that's going to become 20 damage. Which means its armor's 0 against that musket. So he's literally just like blasted its head clean off, and the beast is killed. We go on to victory. Each hero gains 10 experience, 1 morale and 3 ducats. The hero who dealt the finishing blow to the beast additionally gains 5 experience, 1 monster fat, 1 monster bone and 1 monster blood. Well, okay, right, so which puts Wilhelm onto 12 and Freidrich onto 11, but Freidrich dealt the finishing blow, so he actually gets another 5 experience, putting him on 16. Then we each gain 1 morale, and then we gain 3 ducats each, plus the monster fat, the monster bones, and the monster blood. Footsteps echo through the grotto. Someone else has entered the cave. You turn to see a tall, grizzled man you recognise as the Duke's brother, Heinrich von Lieberg. No! No! He rushes to the carcass of the beast and kneels. Tears flow down his cheeks, and he pushes his face deep into the monster's bloodied fur, his body racked with spasms. What have you done? He cries mutely for long minutes, clutching at the limp corpse. You watch silently, one hand on the hilt of your weapon. After a time, the man's sobbing ceases. His breathing slows and becomes regular. He looks up to face you. Are you satisfied? Murder is what you do after all. Heinrich rises to his feet, his face still awash with grief. The beast may not have been innocent, but a dozen or so sycophants, even my brother's depraved son. Such a small price to pay to end the cult of the sower of fire. So much blood has been fed to that infernal demon. His gaze becomes distant, imploring. Now things will only get worse. My brother has already promised the priests to anoint 50 or more of his chosen in exchange for the sower's help. I won't allow him to cast these souls into the eye. He looks at you accusingly, face festering with latent anger. How about you? See for yourselves. Lest you not believe me, there are dozens of chosen being prepared for the flames of the sower's embrace as we speak. Many more than the beast ever killed. Will you help me end this madness for good? Or will you join the real monsters? Who will you be left to hunt then? Interesting. I have to say I didn't expect that as the ending to the beast story. You know, I thought it could have been Heinrich von Lieberg, but he actually seemed like one of the most innocent. However, I was not expecting all that. Yeah, I mean, I guess I should have done, but that came a bit of a surprise to me. That I wasn't thinking he would do it to try and take down the Sower of Fire. I thought if it was anything, it was going to be the priests that were kind of behind the beast. Okay, so now we have a choice. A, we don't like what's been happening any more than you. The beast is dead, but the Sower's cult lingers. Perhaps a new regime would end the cult as you suggest. We will help you take the throne. Or B, the Sower may be a bloodthirsty demon, but now is not the time or place for discussion. You will be dealt with. We will discuss the rest of these accusations personally with the Duke. No one else need die over this. And for those of you who have come this far in the story, thank you very much for joining. I really do hope you're enjoying the series. I've really enjoyed playing it. I think we've probably only got one quest left now. And as a quick point on that quest, there are quite a few complexities to it. It's not overly difficult, but there were a few mistakes I made, specifically, mostly with stuff on the map. There's a lot of icons on this map, so if you're playing this, make sure you pay attention to those. And it's just little bits with lots of different enemies means lots of different rules, so I probably missed a few bits and pieces out there, but you know, I don't think it has made too much difference. We did that pretty handily. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and please do like, share, subscribe, comment, all the usual YouTube stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.